questions from the floor?
Sorry, what's the format? Are they international?
No, just local.
Franco, that was an enthusiastic start, but then suddenly things didn't quite pan out. I mean, you seem to be, I don't want to use the word lackadaisical in possession, because things went for you initially, and then somehow the passes didn't stick. Just
Yeah. So I disagree a little bit. I think the second part of the game, at the start of the second half, we actually were good at some stages. I agree. We made a lot of errors. So I think the main theme for us is made a lot of mistakes, a little bit of self-destructive. May that be an attack or defense, and I felt there was 5 clear try scoring opportunities we didn't use during the whole game, and then the flip side of it is we tend to go over our side of the field too easily. And yeah, we definitely not gonna talk about the adjustment we had to make physically in this weather. That wasn't. I think the way we reacted to the after halftime proved that we can play this altitude and this heat. So it wasn't absolutely an effect. I do feel that initially, I think when we didn't get the reward for the amount of good actions that we just lost a little bit of focus. So the no talk in the change room was basically that. It's just we were self-destructive today. I mean, end up turning them over 1 yard from our try line and can't even kick the penalty out. So some things like that happened, and with a group of players that must play regularly at this level. So from our side, I think we made a lot of errors, and I think that allowed the Lions in. Saying that, compliments to them for bouncing.
I know you didn't build a big lead, but you had a lead to start with. And if you then think back to how you closed out the half, I mean, was that a situation where the Lions just feasted on mistakes, or was it a situation of you guys just taking a step back?
No, absolutely. I think the Lions converted our errors. Our side of the field, we actually just made too many mistakes, and they ended up scoring from every time they come on our side of the field. So, no, definitely self-destructive, and it's obviously not taking anything away from the Lions' performance. I think they needed a gritty performance like they put in. I think their coaching staff will also say it wasn't perfect. So, but both teams wanted to play, and I'm proud of our guys that despite this whole week, which is short and of the heat that we're definitely not used to now, we still tried and played and stick to what we tried. We said we're gonna play the way we as Glasgow team knows, and then if we run out of steam, then it happens. In fact, we didn't run out of steam, but we made a lot of errors in the end.
You obviously have big aspirations as the races. What are the big takeouts you can take out of this game?
Yeah, I know. Accuracy, for one. The accuracy comes down to the off-the-ball work. The players without the ball's got to work better. I think today there was distractions around heat and the height of sea level, and don't think about it. And I think the errors came from the guys playing off the ball that didn't carry the ball. The guys carrying the ball or that was in the action, they were actually not making so many. It's the guy receiving the pass or the guy that must see the space behind that was making a mistake, because I think they just switched off. So that's the one thing, our accuracy. And then for this specific group that we brought out, the resilience part, to stay in the fight till the end. I think to come back against the odds was important for us to keep on going. We should have, I think, with 4 tries scored against us in the first half, it could have run away from us if the players didn't stay resilient and kept on believing that we can win it. And I still feel, I say again, there was 3 opportunities in the first half, 3 in the second half, or 3 in the second half, 2 in the first half, which we were over the line. It's one we actually turned over or penalised for over the line. It's not like the line breaks weren't there. So again, the accuracy is going to be important.
JP de Pre, as an ex-Lions player, when he came on from the bench, really looked like he made a bit of a difference in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. He's playing well for us. He's been consistent the whole season. He's grown in his personality as a man, and in his experience now abroad. And obviously the plan was for him to energise us in the second part of the game, and I think he definitely did that.
And the scrums also performed very well in the first half.
Yeah, I think both halves we were scrumming well. Honestly feel, I say again, it was with ball in hand that we made errors. And we were a little bit flat-footed after we didn't get reward for the amount of phases we went through in the first half. And then ended up giving tries away and chasing the game in the heat, high WRC level, against a team that was highly motivated to put a better performance down. So difficult.
It almost looked like the Lions were on the back foot in the first 20 minutes, and then when those it was basically turnover tries that they scored, and it looks like that gave them a little bit belief.
Yeah, compliments to them for pouncing on it, because again, could have made that errors and they wouldn't have used the opportunity. So they were print and they executed well. And again, yeah, we made errors, but they could have gone. They could have been used differently if they weren't well prepared to execute on the other side. So, yeah, again, it's a game of we will take a lot of positives out of this because we did play some good rugby. This is the execution that let us down.
Thanks.
Thanks for the call. All right, online, Ashfaq, Ross, Simon, anything from you guys? Yes, Ashfaq.
Thanks, Shani. So, hi, Franco. Good luck today. It's always exciting watching your team. You guys always go all out attack, and it's great to watch. But sometimes, maybe with this young side, there's a good lesson to learn this time. If you must come back to say for playoff game, that maybe just play the percentages a bit more.
I agree with you. We shouldn't come back here to play the playoff game. So that's the first very important thing. There's still 20 lock points out there. We're going to fight hard for them to play as much as we can that side. So yeah, look, again, this is a particularly specific day. I think we might have overplayed once or twice. I think I don't think that was the main reason. Yes, we put ourselves under pressure, but we created enough opportunities to score again. So just to change that perception, we're actually a much more defensive side, but we do take a chance, we do take responsibility now and then for our actions, and that is the way I think we can use every player in our squad, and that's what we've done today. I'm proud to say that there's now 52 players used in the URC from our side. Everybody's had a run, everybody's had a buy-in, and yeah, so we want to develop this DNA, and some of it is taking a little bit of responsibility on our side of the field. So yeah, but the only way we're going to get it right is if we sometimes learn from getting it wrong.
Thanks, Ashfaq. One more, Ashfaq, we need to wrap up.
The depth that you created without your internationals here to play in South Africa, play in that kind of conditions, must bode well for the place, for fighting for the playoff place. Yeah, look,
first they must fight to play in the team going forward. Yeah, we definitely want to be in the conference part of the business part of the competition. So again, we've got 15 guys coming back on Monday, and they will be contributing going forward. And so yes, again, I think a good squad makes a good team. So I'm really proud of these guys that showed some reaction in the second half and kept on fighting until the end in difficult conditions for us.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Ashfaq. Thank you.
Got it? Thank you.